If you've seen language courses being advertised and even bought language courses for yourself, you might have been disappointed. And when that language course doesn't get you to your final language goal, you may be wondering, do language courses even work? For the record, they do. You just have to know what exactly they're saying. You have to know exactly what they're for, because not every language app is the same thing. So in this video, I'm going to share with you some common things that language courses will say and what they actually mean. If you're new here, hi. My name is Jamie, I'm a language coach, and my job is to help online language learners understand what they want out of their language learning journey and how to get it. If you want to learn more, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video. The first really common statement that you may see in a lot of different language courses and apps is learn a language in so many minutes per day. Duolingo used to say 5 minutes a day, but they changed that. I wonder why. But at the time of this recording, you can still see it being advertised on Busuu and Babbel, so still really huge language apps. But let's think about what exactly that means. Theoretically, it kind of makes it seem like language learning is really easy, right? All you gotta do is play around for like 10 minutes a day, and then all of a sudden, you learned a language. But technically, that's not exactly what they're saying with this. What they're really saying is that the lessons in that course are very, very short. 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it is. And that's their selling point, that they are very short and great for people with busy schedules who can't sit down for 30 minutes for an hour to really go deep and hard in a language lesson. This also means that you can expect a great sense of accomplishment after just a few minutes, which is not bad. You can also expect some really nice gamification, make it interesting, keep you focused for like really small sprints. So basically, it'll keep you interested and it'll bite the language up into really, really small pieces. But what it doesn't say is what exactly it is you're learning. Are you practicing your speaking skills? Are you learning grammar rules? Are you interacting with other people? Like, statements like that don't really mean anything that is really important for long-term success, honestly. Learn a language in a few minutes a day is awesome for short-term, like get you in a habit, but you have to make sure that you're gonna be able to stick to the habit long-term, even when those 5-minute, 10-minute little sprints just aren't enough for you anymore. And if you've ever used any of these language courses and they worked for a little while and then they got boring, that's why. The second thing that you'll hear a lot and you'll see a lot in language courses is learn a language by watching whatever TV show. Learn a language by watching movies. I've also talked to a lot of English language learners who say they learned English by watching Friends, by watching The Big Bang Theory, or any other classic TV show. And theoretically, that could mean that language learning is easy. Again, it's really easy because all you have to do is sit there and watch TV, and who doesn't love watching TV? If you can sit down and watch TV, then you can learn a language, right? No. You'll also see this, of course, with services that provide foreign language media. So Yabla, FluentU, LinguaPie, things like that. What it really means is that watching TV, watching movies, whatever, is great to build up listening comprehension, which is a big skill. Then, once you have your listening comprehension up to a level where you can like understand most things, you have conversations, you practice speaking, you apply that to whatever goals that you have. But the thing is, that isn't really interesting. It's not interesting to say that I started out watching movies and watching TV shows to build up my listening comprehension, and then I took that listening comprehension and had conversations. It's not nearly as interesting as saying, I learned a language by watching TV. You see the difference? So if you've ever talked to anybody who said that they learned a language by watching TV, or you see that in different language courses or language apps, that's why. Next one is a biggie. Get fluent in whatever amount of time, 7 days, 24 hours, a month, whatever it is that you see online. This is really interesting and really fun to say and really inspiring and motivating to watch. But what does it really mean? This one means a couple of things. The first big thing that this means is that whoever's saying that, their personal definition of fluency is you can say a few key phrases and you can understand a few key phrases. You have to realize that fluency doesn't really mean anything concrete. So anybody can say that they're fluent in a language even if they can't hold a conversation. You have to understand what somebody's particular definition of fluency is before you understand what exactly they're communicating to you. And because people can take that definition of fluency and it's technically perfectly fine, all they have to do is memorize like 4 or 5 key phrases, like introducing themselves basically, and bada bing bada boom, they're fluent in a week. Easy. Honestly, if you want to express that you're fluent in a foreign language, all you need is confidence a few terms, and then somebody who doesn't know that language at all. Just because somebody says that they're fluent doesn't mean that they can have a conversation. This is one of the many reasons why I hate that word. If you're getting really sick of people saying misleading things like this, make sure you hit the like button. The next buzz phrase that you'll see a lot is, I learned so many different languages, like a specific number. So buy my course and I will teach you how to learn languages like I do. To like any new, inexperienced language learner, that seems to be like perfectly reasonable. And like, yeah, obviously this method works. They've used it like a billion different times, so all I gotta do is do that and it'll work for me. Wrong. Now again, this one can mean one of two things. The first thing this can mean is that the creator is really excited about their method, their approach, and nothing else worked for them. They finally found something that worked for them and they want to share it with the world, and they're like genuinely excited to help people learn languages. The other thing this could possibly mean, and I'm not saying that anybody does this, I'm just saying it's a potential thing that could potentially happen, is that creators take advantage of language learners, aspiring language learners who have no idea what they're looking for and are very susceptible to marketing. They realize that they can make a lot of money because aspiring language learners have no idea where to turn, and it makes sense. And the last example I have of language learning like marketing buzzwords that kind of imply one thing but really mean something else is, this is the best way to learn a language. This is the best language course, the best language app, whatever it is. This one generally means a combination of things. First one is that that particular app, resource, whatever, is working really well for that creator at the moment. It's really satisfying their specific needs for their language learning and they're really enjoying it. And or this could also mean that the creator earns a really great commission if you buy that language app, if you buy a subscription or sign up or whatever. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a great language app, but and make some money. All that being said, none of this is to point any fingers at anybody in particular. These are just examples of things that I've seen online in the language learning world for so many years that have really confused me, and like I've been really unaware of what to do with them. After doing all of my own research and trying out all these different resources and just being really observational, I realized this is what they actually mean. They're not necessarily lying, but what they mean is something different. And that is why I help my clients to understand exactly what they want for their language learning, not what I want, not what's gonna earn me money. I help them understand exactly what they want to accomplish and how to accomplish it without getting confused by all of the messages that I've mentioned in this video. If you want to learn more about how exactly I do that, click the link below in the description for my free training that goes step by step, phase by phase, lesson by lesson through the entire framework that gets my clients crystal clear on what they want out of their language learning. If this video struck a chord with you, I highly recommend watching this one next, where instead of teaching you what to avoid when you're looking for a language learning resource, I teach you what to look for. And of course, as always, with very specific examples of language learning resources that do the exact things that I mentioned in the video. Otherwise, have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.